Hello and welcome to this special live stream today with Cabot and Aatif Misbah. I will welcome my guest. Hello, Aatif. Welcome to the live stream.
Hello, Martin. Good to see you.
Absolutely. So today we want to talk with you about Cabot's Evolve Sustainable Solutions platform, which you presented on the Tire Tech earlier this year.
Right.
And unfortunately, I missed speaking you on the Tire Tech, so it's great that we can have this live stream talking about a whole range of sustainable
Right.
carbon blacks.
Right.
And
Yeah. Thanks for having me here, Martin. I'm pumped to talk about all things sustainable today with you.
that's great. Thank you, Atif. So I think it's worth mentioning that the furnace process, which produces maybe some 95% of the global carbon blacks, has been evolved and improved over the last 80 years. And of course, it has been cost improved, but the cost improvement also translated into an ecology and sustainability improvement. Companies put in energy centers. And I think right now it would be fair to say that the furnace process is pretty much at the limit of state of the art where it can get. So we need new solutions.
That's right, Martin. There's much and more to do there as well, but it's a great place to start the conversation. As I many times try when I'm speaking about sustainability to engage with folks around what is carbon black, where does it come from, why does it enable sustainable solutions for our customers. And many times there are a lot of misconceptions around the origins of carbon black to begin with. Well, there are many industries which, like steel or refining industries, which produce many valuable products, and they then generate as part of their production some byproducts. These are heavier feedstocks. The major use of these heavier feedstocks are as fuel and for energy production, which releases a whole bunch of CO2 into the atmosphere. What are innovative processes, and for carbon black industry, we take these byproduct feedstocks, and our business model is to take out as much carbon from these feedstock as possible and convert it into highly engineered products which can be used in tires, making the life of tires longer, or in industrial rubber goods, or for other specialty applications. And so our business model is all about taking carbon atoms from these heavier feedstocks, which would otherwise be burned for CO2. Now, you are right. Today, we can capture maybe up to 75% of such carbon atoms. We have ambitions to capture even more, but then you start running into some physical challenges as well. But as we think about our future, it has to be one part of the overall solutions. As you and I have spoken in the past, it's not
Yes.
a one silver bullet here, and which sort of nicely puts out our sustainability platform that we
Yes.
recently
Yes.
launched at Tire
Yes.
Tech.
Yes. I mean, there have been some initiatives in the industry before. There were circular and renewable carbon blacks. There is a new brand of recovered carbon blacks, which are not called recovered carbon blacks. What I really like in this platform is it looks to me as the most holistic platform today, encompassing many more different technologies than anybody has looked at before.
Yeah. No, yes. And I'll be honest here. I mean, we took our time to come to the market with our
Yes.
announcements around sustainable solutions. And maybe there was a perception that we are a step behind. But we had been working on various different solutions for multiple years.
Mm.
Sustainability has always been a center stage for Cabot, and we have been very transparent about our communications around it.
Yeah.
And so when we wanted to bring something of value to our customers and for value chain, we really wanted to make sure our solutions, or even our pathway to solutions, considers sustainable content, which is extremely important, which brings sustainable benefit, has reliable performance, because the markets that we serve, they need consistency. The products that our material goes into, people's livelihoods and people's
yeah,
safety depends on it, like on tires. And it also comes with scalable economics. It's not something that just is which you can serve in kgs and tons. We should be able to serve our markets with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of
yes,
tons, with
yes,
the promise of quality, consistency, reliability, which Cabot is known for, and the sustainable content that our customers
yeah,
demand. So, for to get all of those three together, it required time, it required efforts, it required investments from our teams. And now we feel we are ready with the right solution, with the right platform, to talk about not only for products today, but for many products which are and technologies which will
yes.
be bringing to the market in the future.
Mm. We get to that in a moment. I have a thought. I mean, would it be fair to say that, the innovation is not that frequent in the carbon black industry? I mean, when I was in the carbon black industry, the innovation was the clean extrusion grades. Then came the low pH grades, which are super important. And I think they get more and more importance. The elastomer composites from Cabot. But that was it for innovation, right? So can we say that the carbon black industry really needs innovation, and that kind of, I would call it disruptive innovation, that was really needed in a kind of conservative industry, right? Is it
Yeah.
fair to say that?
So I think it is fair, but it's the old adage, right? That necessity is the mother of inventions, right? So
Yeah,
if you talk to my colleagues who have been in R&D for, let's say, over multiple decades now, they feel most excited about
mm,
the here and now, because they have never really seen this level of need and drive and urgency and necessity among our customers. Um, the industry goes where our consumers and our customers demand the industry to go, and the
yeah,
industry is demanding for sustainable solutions. and
mm,
and we are very excited because, as you said, it is leading to innovations, and we are very well positioned to again bring those innovations, be the channel for those innovations,
yeah,
play our role, built on a 140-year-old legacy that we have, to bring the right solutions at the right scale,
yes.
with the right customers into the market.
Yes. And in really in an ecosystem, I mean, you can't really do it alone of just the carbon black industry. You need to work with the tire industry, and the tire industry needs to really tie into the requirements of the automotive industry. In my own model,
Absolutely.
when we go from the internal combustion engine car to the electric vehicle, all of a sudden, raw materials carbon footprint is 24%. And
Right.
that needs to be looked at. Where previously the carbon footprint was mainly in the use phase because the engine is putting out the carbon dioxide during the
Right.
use phase. Now with the electric vehicles, we have a low carbon footprint during the use phase, and the
Right.
production and the raw materials take more importance.
Right. But at the same time, there will be other needs coming with part of the EV revolution as well, a longer lasting tread. There
Yeah,
will be other challenges that will be coming, which will require performance materials
yeah,
like engineered carbon blacks, reinforcing carbons
yeah.
in the market. So this is an exciting time. Sky is the
It is.
limit for our industry. I'm again, super excited about what lays ahead for us.
It is indeed. I think, would you say it's the right time to show your brand video, Atif?
Yes.
Because I have to admit, I knew about your platform. I looked at the press kit, but that 2-minute video, I love it because I found even some new information that I want to discuss with you later on.
Excellent. Yeah, please
Let's
go ahead.
let's play the video.
Cabot, we are constantly evolving, looking for new ways to create materials that improve daily life and enable a more sustainable future. That's what our Evolve Sustainable Solutions technology platform is all about. Products powered by Evolve Sustainable Solutions are designed to deliver sustainable content with reliable performance at industrial scale. The Evolve Sustainable Solutions technology platform provides a path to producing reinforcing carbons in 3 ways. Recovered, delivering reinforcing carbons from circular value chains using materials recovered from end-of-life tires, such as products made with reclaimed carbon and from tire pyrolysis oil. Renewable, reinforcing carbons made from renewable materials, such as products made with bio-based particles and from bio-based feedstocks. Reduced, materials made with a reduced greenhouse gas footprint through the implementation of industrial decarbonization technologies using processes like carbon capture and sequestration. Our Evolve Sustainable Solutions program represents a significant portion of Cabot's R&D spend, with the goal that 100% of our product and process development projects will have a sustainability benefit by 2025. Evolve is one more way Cabot is a leader in performance and sustainability, guiding us forward toward a better tomorrow.
Excellent.
That's a nice video, actually, with a lot of points to discuss. Sustainable content, reliable performance, as known by Cabot, industrial scale. I would almost call it, this is like the second magical triangle, isn't it? Because these are
Uh,
the 3 things that really are the most important.
I fully agree with you. And just like the other magical triangle, it is extremely hard to get because the newer solutions, the more innovative solutions, they require new technologies. The new technologies can many times not be as stable or as reliable, or as scalable or as economical. And all of the balance between these 3 sort of pillars, if you may, it's always a challenge. And that's where our experience, our knowledge, our investments as Cabot shines, and that's why we are very proud of now launching our Evolve Sustainable Solutions as a platform to bring such solutions to the market.
Yes, and it's very much, I would agree that it's a tough magical triangle, because the sustainable content, as for recycled or bio-based, it is really difficult to get the reliability in the performance.
Yeah,
And this is really a lot of engineering is required.
yeah.
I know this from my work in the recovered carbon black industry. It is very difficult. And then if you have achieved that, to get the industrial scale, that is the next level, really.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely. You have also spoken to this thinking for a pyrolysis industry to really think as being a producer,
Yeah,
as making products that customers can be then using in their processes on an ongoing basis. The quality and consistency really matters. Reliability really matters,
yeah,
and that resonates a lot with what we do at Cabot as well. So yeah,
yeah,
I really commend bringing that kind of thinking, a product centric, a process centric
yeah.
thinking into the industry is extremely needed. Yeah,
Yeah. And of course, you don't do it alone, right? You have a network
absolutely.
of collaborators. What I found of particular interest is that you say you have regional collaborators. So you're not producing these materials only in one region and then export, but you have regional collaborators, thereby helping them actually to achieve a similar kind of product quality.
Absolutely, and collaboration is key in this value chain. And you also touched upon it. It's tire makers collaborating with the material providers, be it carbon black, be it what we call reclaimed carbon, or be it policymakers, and how all of us come together in getting this industry successful. We collaborate very closely with our regional partners on both within the pyrolysis industry, at
Mm.
least on both tire pyrolysis oil as well as on
Yeah,
reclaimed carbons, in helping them understand what our needs are going to be in helping them understand how they should be thinking about their processes
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So yeah, I think collaboration is really the foundation, is really the underpinning for
yeah.
all success that might come in this industry. Yeah.
As a small side note, I do like reclaimed carbon as a name. I think just the recovered carbon black industry sticks to the name. We know
Yeah.
we cannot recover, or we don't recover carbon black, because it's a hybrid. It's a mixture of many things and a mixture of carbon blacks. And I discussed with a couple of friends and industry experts, and we agree. Actually, it's a good name, reclaimed carbon, and you let go of the black. Um,
Yeah.
and so
And I also
that's
feel you're absolutely right on that. And I also feel that the reclaimed shows intent, that somebody is going out and reclaiming a part of rubber back to be used back into the tire industry. Anyway, I think that's
you almost understand the tediousness, the energy you need to
exactly
reclaim
to
that
reclaim
carbon
that.
out of the tire. Yes,
Good.
yes, yes. Coming, the recovered, I think, is fairly obvious. Tire pyrolysis oil as a drop-in or mass balance feedstock to produce circular carbon black, reclaimed carbon to do for example, the blend you have
Yes.
introduced. By the way, interesting choice of products. It's a 234, right? And a
Yes, Vulcan
550.
7FC. Yes, and
And
Sterling SOES 550. Yeah.
which, I mean, with a circular and also the renewable carbon blacks, we have the opportunity to make hard blacks. And because many of the recycled materials or green materials play predominantly in the semi-reinforcing area, it
Right.
makes sense to
Right.
produce hard blacks, highly reinforcing, not
Right.
even 300, but 200. And the 234 is, I think, a very important hard black.
Right.
So that
Right.
that totally makes sense.
Right.
Also, for the blend with the
Right.
reclaimed carbon, the 550 is a little bit out of reach for,
Right.
let's say, recovered carbon black,
Right.
which is playing, let's say, in 600, but it's not highly structured as the 550, and typically, is not really extrusion grade like a 550. So it makes sense to have that blend for the 550 with the
That,
defined performance.
that's good that you picked on that, Martin, and it was really with intent, exactly as you were laying it out, specifically on the reclaimed carbon, what we call co-pelletization versus blend, which might be what some of the competition does with just merging or blending the pellets of reclaimed carbon
It
and
doesn't
virgin
work, does
carbon.
it?
It doesn't really work, and you can imagine, because of stratification that happens while you are transporting these in big bags. The densities are very different, and of course
Yeah,
you get not complete, but some separation of reclaimed carbon and virgin carbon, whereas our processes actually commingles them and then extrudes them and pelletizes them together. So you have these
yeah,
reclaimed carbon particles very nicely dispersed in each pellet of virgin
yeah,
carbon
yeah.
co-pelletized that goes out, and that then helps in better dispersion, and that then helps in harder to crack applications like you mentioned around Sterling SO or N550 type of
Yes.
applications in
Yeah.
industrial rubber goods and tires. Yeah,
If you don't have the dispersion of the product cannot do its work in the rubber, and so that
exactly.
that that is really key. And I could imagine that even the co-pelletization goes easier if you with the blend than with the single furnace carbon black or single recovered carbon black. So there might be actually better pellets coming out of that as well.
Versus individuals, yeah,
Yeah,
there is a lot of engineering that goes into it. It's a non-trivial challenge that we had to face as managing both the product flows but also the quality and consistency. Again, I go back to the first principle we have: sustainable content, reliable performance at industrial scale. And there were some non-trivial challenges that our engineers solved in getting this product to be produced at the industrial scale. So
yeah,
yeah, really proud of the team here.
yeah. We had a couple of comments. I'm just putting the comments on here. One from Kane Henneke, also working in carbon black. 234 and 550 excellent grades for these blends. Um, Kane, the 234 is a pure grade. It's just a circular carbon black. It's not a blend, but the 550 circular is a blend, the Sterling SOC, right? That's the right name, Atif?
The N51 is the Sterling SO base carbon, and the product
Yeah,
is called Sterling SO RC110. It's for the reclaimed
RC110.
carbon
Okay.
RC110. And then NT234, the grade that we make is called Vulcan 7H.
Yeah,
And the circular version of it is called Vulcan
with the C.
7HC,
Yes,
circular reinforcing carbons. Yeah, of course, powered by our Involved Sustainable Solutions.
yes. Really nice, nice products. Then when we move from recovered to renewable, in the video, there are two products mentioned, bio-based particles. Now I'm very curious to what that is because I don't have any imagination. At bio-based feedstocks, I can understand that. So
Yes.
maybe you have a pine-based oil which you can put to the blend to the feedstock. Again, mass balance. Ideally, something that is not competing in the food chain. I mean, there were beetroot shown, but
Yes.
maybe you have only the leaves of the beetroot and not the beetroot itself. So that is something very nice.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit more about the bio-based particles? Maybe that's something to come in the future.
Yes. First of all, I must comment you have sharp eyes to spot the beetroots in the video. Yeah. So our renewable pillar talks about our reinforcing carbons that we'll be making with renewable materials, and these can
Mm,
be bio-based feedstocks, as you rightly referred to, which can be various different sources, not competing with food sources, but also can be from bio-based materials. And one such example, if I can give to you, is our work that we are doing with our partners, International Flavors and Fragrance, IFF. We
mm,
started this collaboration almost now 1.5, 2 years back, where they actually use beetroots based polysaccharides, and these polysaccharides have reinforcing behavior.
mm,
And we are looking at and we are working with them, collaborating with
mm,
them to see how that can be then translated into reinforcing materials, either together with a carbon black or with other base to be reinforcing materials for tire and other rubber applications.
mm.
It's a very exciting space of development.
I can imagine.
It's an early stage, a very early
Yeah,
stage at this point in
yeah,
time. So it'll require a lot of investments and development before we get to a place to bring it to the market. But it's an exciting space, and this is
yeah.
what I was referring to, that there's not going to be one silver bullet here. We need to be
Mm,
exploring multiple avenues to get to the final solution. And tied
mm,
to that is I want to also highlight the work that is going on our engineered elastomer composites platform,
mm,
E2C as we call it. This is a very unique solution that Cabot has developed and perfected over decades now. And this is again a great platform to bring a unique, hard to disperse, renewable or recovered materials to our customers. This is also natural rubber based composite. So it also brings a renewable solution to our customers and allows them to use more natural rubber in their formulation versus,
yeah,
let's say, synthetic polymers. So we are very excited about a lot of development on
mm,
that end as well,
yeah,
because the
yeah.
E2C, we are investing a lot, and there is
Mm.
a lot more to come as part of that platform too.
If I remember correctly, that was targeted predominantly in the truck area, right? And there was, I think, a partnership as well. This is really a high performance product. But
Yes,
now
yes.
you integrate it into this platform and you can actually mix and match as to the requirements.
Yes. So we really think of Evolve as our materials platform and E2C as our composites platform.
Mm,
And it gives us the flexibility to serve our customers in the right way that they need,
mm,
right? For the
mm,
customers that they need material solutions, we have material platform in Evolve. For the customers who might need a composite solution where they might need help with actually even dispersing some of these hard to disperse sustainable material, we might have our E2C platform to serve them while also
mm,
bringing
mm,
better in-use performance. Because the one great thing about our E2C platform that really separates it from others is the performance benefits that it brings for our customer in use. And remember, the in-use impact of tires is almost 80 to 90% of the overall LCA impact, right? So that's why it's
mm,
important to also not lose the
yes,
sight of the in-use benefits here that comes with
mm,
E2C.
mm. At that point, do you see that platform still make to stock, or is that like a make to order kind of thing, or both maybe? Because the traditional carbon black business clearly is make to stock. If you don't have the stock, you can't really sell. You sell from the stock. But this sounds like at least a footstep into make to order.
So we have both in play here, but really the intent here is to have certain composites which have a broader use rather than a
Mm,
very bespoke
mm,
solution. So,
mm.
but we are collaborating with our customers in multiple cases, which might
Yeah.
lead us to one solution or the other.
Make
The
to order.
intent being to
Yeah,
make to right now the intent is to make to stock and sell.
yeah.
We have certain composites that we have already launched in the market,
Mm.
and we continue to promote them to bring benefits for our customers.
Yes, yes. We got one question again from Kane, which I pull on with bio-based feedstocks, how they have been able to get the higher yields in production, perhaps a blend of bio-based virgin CBO and pyrolysis RCB oil. That wasn't my understanding that you could mix them. I thought you would do either circular or renewable.
So you are right, Martin. I think again it's driven by our customers' needs. Kane is right. There are significant challenges with certain bio-based feedstocks, but there are a lot of different types of bio-based feedstocks as well, which are available. Each comes with their own individual sort of needs and challenges. It is potential to blend them, but again, the market drives the needs to have a more separate sort of recovered
Yeah.
solution versus renewable solutions. Um,
The big
as to
tire
the
makers
question,
like Michelin and Bridgestone, they have separate goals for sustainable and recycled, right?
yes, that's
Or
right.
bio-based and recycled.
Bio-based versus, yeah. I mean, they define sustainable materials as materials coming from recycled or recovered value chain, as well as coming from renewable value chain.
Yeah.
And so, but their choice around the products drives as to which site we will and which solution we will present them. Yeah,
Mm. Yes, yes.
very good.
Great. So we got renewable. Now we move to reduced, and there you have carbon capture and carbon sequestration. I mean, what could be better? Making carbon black. That's the best sequestration of carbon dioxide, right?
Exactly, and you touch on that point really nicely. It's a very effective way of capturing, the carbon molecules that might be there in this byproduct feedstock into something which is usable. And then when it's coupled with recovered carbon black, value chain, then you are keeping that carbon restricted within the economy rather than emitting it
mm,
back into CO2. Having said that, I think the story is not fully written on how much we can capture or convert from feedstocks into carbon black. There are some very exciting work going on in how can we capture more and more of this carbon from feedstocks, and we want to be feedstock agnostic. Ideally, today we're focusing on these heavy feedstock coming from industry, but tomorrow these feedstock might be coming from tire pyrolysis or from plastic pyrolysis or bio feedstock. So the the themes, the innovations that we are working on can be quite flexible in terms of applications across the board as well.
yeah,
And it's very exciting to see what more we can do on that end. And so there is a lot of work within the Reduce platform going on
mm,
around incremental breakthroughs, looking at how can we keep on chipping, and today we can capture up to 75%. Can we
yeah,
tomorrow do up to 95%, up to 100% of it's a hard problem to crack, but
mm,
that's the place where we are focusing. And then there are turnkey solutions where we make sure that the emissions that are coming out from our processes do not really escape. They can be then captured, sequestered, or in some cases can they even be utilized, can they be valorized and put
mm,
back into the economy, because that will then again close the loop for us. And finally, this is also a very important place where we don't really enough talk about, but how can we be more and more efficient within our own processes? How can we be capturing the fugitive energy and put it back into our processes, promote more circularity within our processes as well,
energy use. Mm,
and the energy use
mm,
itself, right? So,
mm,
for example, we have a 2025 goal of exporting 200% of the energy that we import. So basically, if we are buying certain amount of energy, can we almost double that? Can we be exporting and in reality reducing emission that would be generated if that energy was coming from any other source?
mm,
And so this is again a very a big area of focus for us. How can we help the environment, help the society by being more efficient, but also reducing the energy requirements as a society as a whole through our own efforts here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
a lot of
It
exciting work
sounds like
going on.
you're quite confident actually to with a net zero goal by 2050. You got a number of things going. There's some time to develop these technologies. We really brings me to your impressive objective. So in the video, it's mentioned 100% of products with sustainability benefit, and then by 2025. That you must be working on that for years already to have a goal like that. Can you
Yes,
maybe
and
detail a little bit on that?
yes, of course. So this is part of our 2025 sustainability goals. We launched these goals quite a few years back now as part of our sustainability commitments. This is part of our overall Cabot sustainability goals, which is focused on three pillars. The first pillar talks about caring for our building a better future together. This is all around our economic value generation goals are tied to this. Our product sustainability goal that you referred to are tied to this. Our supplier sustainability goals are tied to this. Our second pillar is all around acting responsibly for the planet. So our emission goals are tied to this. Our NOx, SOx, CO2, greenhouse gas, water emission, all of the sustainability goals are tied to these. And then finally, we have our caring for our people and communities. This is our people-oriented goals, social goals, diversity and inclusion goals, our safety goals are tied to this. So it's again a very holistic platform looking at all the features of ESG.
Mm,
from a sustainability lens.
mm.
And again, it marks our commitment to sustainability much before this became sort of a topic across the industry as well. Now, you pick on a very important one from my point of view, which is our product sustainability goal, where we have gone out and said that 100% of our products, new products and processes, will have sustainability benefit by 2025. And there is a lot of work going on behind the scenes around both the mindset around the whole organization, how we choose projects, what projects and processes and products do we develop further, how do we choose our precious in R&D investment around which projects to prioritize, which not to prioritize. And we have a sustainability framework, which is again very comprehensive. It looks at the design phase of projects, the manufacturing phase of the projects, the use phase of the projects, and the products and the processes, and the end of life. So it really thinks about it from a full life cycle
Holistic, yeah. But
approach. Go ahead.
when we go very simply on the product level, um, a rubber compounder buying a Cabot product, how can he know this product has these sustainability benefits? Clearly, it is in the within the program, within the general sustainability program of Cabot. But do you have like a product documentation for each product where exactly the sustainability is?
That is a very good question, Martin, and that is the other place that I'm working with my team to drive. So we have been always talking about benefits from the point of view of
Yeah,
product benefits, rather than sustainability benefits in our communication. And again, with our launch of Evolve Sustainable Solutions, we are changing that dialogue. We are changing it to talk more about, not only your product might last longer, but how that lasting longer helps you reduce your burden and your impact on society and environment as a
yeah,
whole. Bring that ecological perspective together with economical perspective for our customers. And
yeah.
I can say with my own experience, I'm finding more and more engagement to have that holistic view of the product benefits rather than just a singular view. But more is
Yeah.
to be done on that.
Yeah.
Right now, the focus is really more internal. Let's put in all the frameworks and all the processes in place so that we can confidently say all our products and processes are coming with sustainable benefit. And now we are also then working around how to turn it around and make it external focus. This is how we will be talking about our products in future. What
Yes.
sustainability benefits is it bringing for our customers and our value chain?
Yes. Yes. Any hints from your side? What will be the next materializing products from that platform? There will surely be maybe at the next Higher Tech, we will see more and more products coming
Yes.
in that range, right?
Yes, stay tuned for that. I don't want to spoil the surprise here, but
Of
there is
course.
a lot of exciting work going on all the different pillars, which we'll be talking about, presenting, and sharing with the world shortly.
Yes, excellent, excellent. I'm asking our listeners and watchers, do you have questions to Atif which haven't been covered before? Please write us in the chat and we'll bring them up. I think we already had a fantastic discussion and conversation. Maybe there's some more questions. Let us know.
Absolutely.
At the moment, but no questions are coming. Anything for you, Atif, you want to add to round up our conversation?
This was a fantastic conversation. Thanks for your time. Thanks for everybody who joined their time to engage on this topic. This is very close to my heart. Sustainability and sustainable solutions for the future. I know this is part of Cabot's culture, creating materials that improve life and lead to a more sustainable future. I think. This is where we need to be heading. This is really exciting to talk about. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Aatif. Enjoyed our conversation, and thank you for the work. And stay in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
very good day. Yeah.
We're
Bye-bye.
closing the live stream. Thank you, dear watcher, and see you soon for the next live stream.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care.